I heard a rumor you were starting your own digital trading cards of yourself. Are you going to do that?
Digital trading cards of myself.
Yeah, very fun. I don't know if you saw this other guy doing it. I just released a commercial. I'm really excited about it. I think you know who I'm talking about.
President Donald J. Trump with some very exciting news. By popular demand, I'm doing a new series of Trump digital trading cards. You all know what they are. We've had a lot of fun with them. It's called the America First
Digital
Collection.
trading.
50 all new stunning digital trading cards. It's really something.
He's all buff
These
and
cards
everything.
show
Look at
me
him.
dancing and even holding some bitcoins. Here's the best part.
Wait.
I'm doing great things for
What? You got something to say?
How can I buy some ASAP?
Oh, dude. Well, I'm glad you asked.
Trump digital.
We're having a lot of fun with it.
And people are calling it the knockout suit.
The knockout
I don't know about
suit.
that, but that's what they're calling it.
I want out of this life so bad.
Don't do it. Miss out on all the fun.
Look
at the laughter he's bringing to.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't want him in my brain anymore. Like, I'll be doing stuff around the house, and I'll just hear, ah. Yeah. So, actually, this was your idea.
Yeah.
You said, why don't we do haunted theme parks?
Yep.
And you know how we both love theme parks.
Yeah.
Especially me.
I just looked around and I was like, oh, theme parks.
Yeah. If people don't know, you and I are both closely connected to the theme park industry in a certain way.
Very close.
You're responsible for so many smiles of kids' faces. Do you know that? Does it feel like that?
Only when I go to the theme parks, when people are like looking at it.
Yeah, or does it feel more like a hot burning poker in your brain every day?
I'm trying to think of it like that.
Okay, good.
I like to fuck around at work a little bit, you know.
In this episode, we're going to be exploring some strange firsthand accounts from both workers and attendees of the theme parks. But okay, so if whoever's listening, you have to stick around to the last story, because holy shit. I'm not going to say anything yet, but it's Jesus. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Oh yeah, I was looking at the analytics of the channel, and like 90% of the people that are watching this are not subscribed. So if you could just I'm trying to get like 100 subscribers. It's not a big ask. Just hit subscribe and do Gabriel a favor, because Gabriel calls me crying, where are the subscribers?
Hey, I thought you said we were going to talk about
that. Gabriel came to me, tears in his eyes.
Manly tears.
The biggest men crying.
Yeah, man. If anybody that's listening also just subscribe is pretty free, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. I mean, I'm to the point where I'm like ready to start sending people money to subscribe.
I'm almost ready to subscribe, actually.
You're not subscribed?
No, I am.
To their For a second, I believed you. So yeah, if anyone could help out, that'd be amazing. Also, if there's any current or former employees or people that have had experiences at theme parks, leave a comment or email me at macabrecastshow@gmail.com. So you ready to get into this?
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna start the show officially. Where's that goddamn video?
Children of the night. Kill you! I've just seen death!
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
Oh man, my hair looks awful. I just saw it.
What happened?
I don't know. It's just getting super long.
I don't think it was like that before the show intro.
No, it's got a mind of its own.
Like, you were cool, then the show intro went and you just fucking fuck with your hair a little bit.
And the thing is, like, I have to put it down because you see how big my forehead is?
Yeah.
That's a classic. Like, me and my brothers all have big foreheads.
Yeah.
I've
As
just
you know, I
accepted
don't know anything about big foreheads myself.
I have before head, forehead, and after head, like that one fucking TikTok.
Nah, big ass forehead too.
Sniper's dream.
For real.
Yeah, so I went all around the internet. I went to Reddit. I went to some other forums, some theme park forums, and found all these different stories from people and employees. I, of course, skipped the ones that are just like, I heard a noise, and it could have been something else, you know. Let's get right into it. The first story was posted by someone named Root KRP. So they said, I work at Six Flags Magic Mountain. While stocking up one of the carts from within an unused empty location, I had an unexplainable experience. The location that I was used to be in was a restaurant that served pizza called the Laughing Dragon near Superman ride, if you're familiar with the park. It's empty and void of life and only gets used on occasion or maybe for some training. The tables we used there for the restaurant were stacked upside on one side. I don't know what that means. Some of these fucking people know how to type. And I don't know how to read, so
upside on one side, okay.
Upside on the side. The tables were heavy, concrete top tables, and would take 2 guys to move them. Upon entering the location and beginning my inventory, I felt uneasy, and I chalked it up to being tired and creeped out because it was late. To get to the stock room, you have to pass the dining area with the tables, and I did so without incident. After counting our overpriced ice creams, I turned around to head out the way I came and lock up. What met me as I turned around the dark corner freaked me out. Right there, blocking my exit, were 3 tables sitting right side up and lined up, obstructing my path. I called out if anyone was there and was met with silence. I simply turned around and ran back to the entrance and left the building from there. Afterwards, I explained to a coworker how I was alone up there and heard absolutely no one, and how the heavy as hell tables got moved and flipped so swiftly and silently. I was then later told that a little boy with a heart condition ran all the way up the hill racing his friends and essentially dropped dead right in front of the restaurant, probably 10 feet from where the incident occurred. I hate closing at night now. Do you know the hill he's talking about?
I think I do.
But in Magic Mountain, it's right underneath Superman. There's a giant fucking hill that you have to walk up to get to the ride.
Yeah, there's Superman and there's another ride like that. It's not like a big ride, not Tatsu, but something similar to that.
Yeah,
and you have to walk all the way up. That shit's not worth it. Fuck
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going there once. I only went to Magic Mountain once, and I think that hill convinced me to never go to Magic Mountain again. Because like halfway up, I was like,
yeah. Yeah. No, there's a lot of hills in that place.
Speaking of Superman, if anybody wants any comics, check out Black Market Comics for all your comic book needs. Actually, Henry is restoring a few of my comics right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my first 3 issues of Spawn, which
damn,
I'm assuming are worth thousands and thousands of dollars by now. Right, Henry?
Yeah, Spawn was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, dude. Did you ever get into comics? Like, did you ever collect them? No.
I was gonna say toys, but I mean I had the action figures. Action figures. Spawn. Spawn makes them sick. At least to me, the Spawn figures were like always good. I kind of would not like to play with them.
Yeah, I actually have a box of unopened
damn
those sort of figures. My brother just like left them behind.
Those were cool, dude.
Those are cool.
I miss the fucking Spawn toy.
Yeah, the Spawn toys are like little statues. You're right.
They put in work for they just didn't look cheap at all.
McFarlane always put out good stuff.
That's good shit.
We always used to get the Halloween, like the horror movie ones, Movie Maniacs, whatever it's called. Yeah, so that reminds me of the movie Poltergeist, the tables flipping. Did you ever see the original Poltergeist?
No.
Oh fuck, dude! It's like one of the best.
I didn't watch a lot of movies, dude. I started late in the game.
There's a scene where the mom's talking to a little girl, and she's like, the girl's sitting on the counter, and she's asking like, "What? Who were you talking to last night?" Because she was talking to a ghost on the TV, and there's a diamond behind them, and you know what? I'm just gonna find the clip and show it to you.
Look, Henry's never seen it.
Fuck you, man. What the fuck, guys?
If they made a comic book, I'd probably check that
out. So she goes into the room and like the tables are moved out from the chair table.
Oh,
shit.
Her daughter.
Did you do this? You guys.
Check this out.
Oh, fuck.
TV people.
Dude, fucking great movie. You got to watch it.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
They got my attention.
Yeah, it's good. It's got fucking Coach in it. Never mind. I'm fucking showing my age. Here's the next story. This is from a deleted user. Worked at a local. What?
Do you know what happened to the little actress?
Yeah, dude. Why would you bring that up?
He's asking. I'm not making.
Oh, god damn it, Henry.
Yeah.
Henry's always trying to get me to talk about the dark part of Hollywood.
Oh, he's triggering you?
That little girl. So she starred in 3 Poltergeist movies. The last one, she was looking pretty sickly.
Tore up.
Her cheeks were like puffed up, and they couldn't figure out what was going on with her. She went to all sorts of doctors. And they diagnosed her too late. She had like a perforated colon, and she died of sepsis right after Poltergeist 3. That movie's cursed.
You think probably making movies and being stressed out or fucking not being able to sleep at night might cause some fucking harmful
maybe
shit.
Yeah, you might be right. There's also there's another reason this movie's cursed. The girl that plays the older daughter in it, she does the movie, she becomes a star, she gets a stalker. Okay, this guy becomes obsessed with her, so she tries doing like a, what's it called, restraining order and all that, and eventually this guy finds her outside of her apartment and kills her. Dominique Dunn was killed by a stalker.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like one of the first cases of Hollywood where someone, like a celebrity, got killed by somebody. That's why they call it the cursed movie.
Well, now Henry knows.
Now Henry knows. Henry's got another story he wants me to tell, but I'm not going to tell it on this because there's a conspiracy theory about the little girl's death. It's not. This is not the appropriate time.
He's asking very specific questions here.
Yeah. Let's just say there's something more nefarious. No, we're not going to talk about Twilight Zone either. The Twilight Zone movie. God damn. All right. So, worked at a local amusement park that apparently used to be a graveyard. At night, we closed, and my job was to go and check the rides and make sure there was no one hiding or left behind. This one ride, which was an indoor ride with animatronics where you'd sit and it would take you through a dark cave with themed animatronic dialogue. I went in and checked it out. It was pitch black, and we had a light on, but it was dull and not that bright. So as I get halfway, the point where the animatronics are, I start hearing a baby crying. I immediately bolted to the other way and ran as fast as I could. And as I got to the entrance, which is where I was going towards, the lights turned on and the animatronics powered on. No one there besides me. I dashed to the park exit and never worked there again. The place shut down in 2014. Then someone responded to his comment and said, "Oh my God, this reminds me exactly what happened to this girl in a story I heard. Same scenario, basically, where she was training and had to go through a ride herself to check and see if everything was clear. There were other employees watching her via the cameras on the ride, but they noticed each camera was shutting off one by one as she was passing them. The girl said then she started hearing footsteps approaching her from behind in the pitch dark, and she screamed and ran. As she ran, the footsteps sounded like they were sprinting towards her as well. She quit on the spot and gave them her ID."
Fuck.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah, that was almost worse.
The guy's like, this sort of reminds me of this other thing that's way worse.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
Although a baby crying in the dark is pretty horrific.
Guess that's true.
You know what scared the shit out of me? Just as I was saying that, my cat came up right behind me and went, Rah! about shit my pants right now. God damn.
That's the third time this fucking year, dude.
What are you trying to do to me, cat? Yeah, those dark rides, I love them, but I can't imagine like going there at night and trying to set up. I'm out of focus. There we go. Trying to like close everything down and lock up just by myself in a dark ride.
Yeah, man.
Fuck that.
And then I'm sure you're always like, you hear the noise, you're like, I'm being stupid. That's nothing.
Yeah.
But how long can you do that for? It's just fucking.
Yeah. Until you hear like a little kid ring around the rosy.
Yeah.
I've never been in a corn maze. Yeah. I think that's like a particularly like Midwest thing. Henry's in Texas, though. Do they have corn mazes in Texas? They must.
They probably do, huh?
Everything's bigger in Texas. Yep. Of course, yeah. That's the last person you want to meet in a corn maze is Henry. All right, another deleted user. I'm a former theme park worker. I was working the haunted house, and about 20 minutes before closing, this really creepy guy showed up and asked to go in, and I said, sure.
Wait.
He had a really glazed look in his eyes.
That's why it's a deleted user. They fucking talk shit to him. Okay.
He had a really glazed look in his eyes and was wearing a red and white striped shirt and overalls and spoke in a really high-pitched falsetto voice. Well, 20 minutes later, he hadn't exited the haunted house yet, and it usually took about 5 minutes to walk through it. At the end of my shift, I had to go in and walk through the haunted house by myself, which is already really scary for me. But what made it even scarier was because I knew the guy was still in there. I decided to suck it up, and I walked in trying to be confident. But only about a quarter of the way through, I heard him talking to himself up ahead in a really creepy voice, saying stuff like, "It's scary. No, it's not." Freaked out, I turned around and ran out and got my manager and asked him to walk through the haunted house for me. In that time, the guy must have left because me and my manager walked through the place, and together we walked through the place together, and the guy was gone. Kind of an anticlimactic story, but still. Hi.
Yeah. This person is pretty honest. I said, "Yep."
Yeah, I said, yeah, sure, why not?
Like it's sketchy as fuck, but I still said, yeah.
Some guy came up and he was covered in blood and he wasn't wearing any pants. And he asked if he could go into the haunted house, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck, go for it."
Yeah. He spoke in a really weird way.
Yeah, those people at the theme parks don't give a shit, dude. They're like, "All right, I don't care." What's your favorite ride at in Disneyland?
At Disney?
Yeah.
Damn, I think I like Space Mountain.
Space Mountain?
And I like the pirate.
Of course you would say that.
I like the pirate ride.
We have a Space Mountain story coming up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I fucking hate Space Mountain because I'm too fat to ride it.
Oh, shit. That is a good reason, I guess.
I get like locked in, and every time it turns, my knees get slammed against the seat in front of it like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're also pretty tall, dude. Like,
yeah, I'm tall.
Some of these rides are like not like your size.
There was some person that they like stood up while they were riding Big Thunder Mountain, and they got decapitated.
And they fucking hit. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. That was some Final Destination shit.
The other one, I don't know the name of it, but the one that's like in that, the one that's supposed to be covered in snow.
Yeah, Matterhorn.
Yeah, that the fake spikes that they put of like freezing ice or whatever. Those are pretty close. If you fucking stand up or raise your hand, it's gonna hit you.
Yeah, Henry was asking what Space Mountain was. It's a roller coaster all inside, and it's pitch black. All you see is little stars, and
it's like inside a dome.
Yeah, it's a big dome.
So I think when they turn on the lights, it looks like the ride's all like this.
Yeah.
Like all crisscross.
It's all like curled in on each other. Yeah.
Yeah, but like when you're riding in pitch dark, it just the ride seems to go in forever, like in loops almost. But it's not a loop.
It's sort of
terrifying. It's a really fun ride. You know what I like about it? Because I could tell that they have the AC on, and I could tell and I could tell they have fans.
Yeah,
like blowing extra hard. Because even when you're like at a turn or whatever, you feel like going from different places. I'm like, that's a fresh ass place because you're like in space.
I'll drop some clips in of the ride, and hopefully Disney doesn't sue me. But
hey, we'll fight them in court, dude. We got the money.
It got to the point where like I was so fat that there was only like I could only go on like 2 rides. Like I could go in Haunted Mansion because it's just a big bar that comes down on you and it stops where your belly starts. I was like, that was my real fat days.
That one they don't even. It's just something to hold on to. It doesn't restrain you at all. It's just
you barely have to walk too. It's like you get into the house and it's like, step on the escalator, fatty. We'll take you right to the seat. Yeah, my favorite ride was always Haunted Mansion, and then Pirates of the Caribbean. But I only like Pirates of the Caribbean because of the smell.
It's a good smell. I like Fresh Places, which is that one is a fresh place.
Yeah. You like fresh places?
Yeah, I do.
A lot of people call you the fresh place of Bel Air.
It's just like Indiana Jones. It's also pretty fresh in there. Like
that's another knee breaker ride.
That one's I can see that.
Yeah. This story was posted by a person named Cheek on Your Face. 6 years ago, when I was new and had closing shift at NOCC stores, which stands for, I had to look this up, New Orleans and Critter Country. This is at Disneyland. Nearly 1 month in. Yeah. And I think it might be Disney World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nearly 1 month in, and I'm the new guy. Typically, we get off at 1:30 a.m., and there would be a group that would walk on stage from Splash Exit to Harbor Point. This has got to be Disney World.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, this one night I'm off at 1:45, and no one wanted to wait for me since they didn't know me. I was a new person. That's okay. I clock out and begin my walk. Since it's so late, I took it for granted that security had already cleared the park of guests, and so I pull out my phone to check Facebook or whatever. As I round a corner of Splash Barn's door entrance and get a view of the path up the briar patch, I see a little girl, about 6 or 7, in a church dress. My first thought was, oh man, lost kid, where's security at? I'm running through my head the procedures and what is available to help around me. At that point, I was under the railroad bridge. I'm a bit upset thinking security was lazy and put me in this position. I call out to her and ask if she's lost, and no response. I'm at the churro cart.
Makes sense.
Yeah. 20 yards from her. That's where I'd be stopping too. I'd be fucking hitting up the churro cart when no one's there.
I got one churro in my hand, another one coming.
Somebody ate 4 pounds of cinnamon and sugar.
It was a little girl.
It was the little ghost girl. I'm at the churro cart 20 yards from her when I call out again, and then look around to see if anyone else is around that can help me with her. That's when I take my eyes off her for a second. When my gaze moves back to her, she has moved, covered the space between us instantly. I wince, expecting a crash, since she had to be running pretty fast for me to not see her approach. You see what he's saying here?
Yeah.
So he was like, she was far away, and then he looked away, and she was like halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I opened my eyes, there was no collision, but there was also no little girl. I thought again, this is messed up. I'm off shift. I'm new and not the best person to handle a lost kid after midnight. I'm off my shift, bro. I look around for a minute or so, calling after her before I say, screw it, someone else will find her. Didn't give it another thought. Didn't think anything weird happened. No shiny mist, no creepy music. 2 days later, I'm at the office behind Pooh Corner earlier in the day. And I'm
like Winnie the Pooh, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Pooh Corner, okay, the restrooms.
Come on down to Pooh Corner. You just round a corner, there's a bunch of people shitting on top of some bricks.
It'd be sick.
And I'm checking in with the lead that has been with the company a while. During the talk, I asked her if she's ever seen anything weird at night. I didn't talk to anyone about what had happened because I thought I'd get in trouble for leaving the little girl. So she responds, "Did you see a little girl in a white dress?" That's the moment I knew what had really happened wasn't normal, and I nearly threw up.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah.
churros.
I know. Everyone got distracted at the churro stories. The churro cart. You know, the good thing about the churros is they're only like $14 each now. So pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Good as churros, though.
You know, Costco has some good churros. And they were $1, dude.
Welcome to Churro Talk. I'm your host.
Now they fucking have cookies, dude. They have chocolate chip cookies. They're like some fat ass cookies. They're good, but
yeah,
they should bring the churros back, especially if they were $1.
Have you seen those Costco TikToks?
No.
We're a Costco family. Of course, we eat a chicken bake while we shop.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like a bunch of fat Italians. I'll send you some links.
Oh man.
All right, so
it could have been the haunted churro cart.
This one is takes a little bit of a backstory here. So before I tell the guy's story, which is a very short story, there's a person that worked at Disney by the name of Debbie Stone. She was a cast member at Disneyland in 1976. Do you know the big dome that's in it's like it's been a whole bunch of different attractions, but it's like a big circular building in the middle of Disneyland.
In the middle?
Yeah. It rotates on the inside. Anyways, back in 1976, it was an attraction called America Sings. It's like a big theater in the middle.
Is it near the Space Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'll bring up
that shit. It's always something. Well, it almost looks corporate. Like it doesn't seem available to like go in there.
Yeah, I think it can be rented out from time to time for big events. But I'm going to show you a photo of it right now, and then you'll probably go, "Oh yeah, that's it." So this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all the big like curved walkways.
Well, one time when something was new there, they made it into some sort of side entrance where you could go and make line there.
Yeah.
And then you would there was this one ride where you like, it shut down pretty quick, but I just remember you used to kind of go and like lift a little bit, and it was just go around sort of like that new area.
Yeah. It was also Henry mentioned it was Spaceship Earth for a while, where you sit in there and you look like you're like in a big spaceship with a bunch of other people, and there's a screen and you like see yourself taking off from the ground. Shit. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's been all sorts of different attractions. So I went to it while it was still America Sings. I saw that whole attraction. They did like all different like Western music and classical. Anyways, this lady, Debbie Stone was working in 1976 at Disneyland. And she was working the American Sings exhibit in the big rotating dome. And a week after that attraction opened, Debbie was somehow caught between the rotating walls, and she was crushed.
Oh, fuck.
So pretty much like one of the worst ways to go.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. It made all the news. And it was during like a time when the stage was resetting, so the audience hadn't come in yet. But the audience started to come in when it happened, and someone said they saw her get like caught in it. They thought it was a little girl at first because she was only 5'2".
Damn.
And yeah, she got pulled in and killed. But so this person later on says they were at Disneyland, They were in that building. They said, I saw the ghost of Debbie Stone while walking along the upper level of Star Wars launch bay during the day. It was like a shadow against the wall, but moving as if she was walking past me, and I wasn't moving at the time, so I saw her definitely, but it wasn't my shadow. It was super creepy, but I'm pretty sure she's harmless. So, is she like stuck in the wall there?
Dude, that's a bad way to fucking die.
Yeah, you're like stuck in eternity in a wall at Disneyland, watching like me walk by with a churro, all fucking sweaty.
Fun, dude.
Yeah, here is the headline or the news article about it. Girl employee killed at Disneyland.
I like that. You could tell it was back in the day.
Female person. Non-male employee of
Girl
Disneyland. Vagina haver.
So like, just
we don't know if she was menstruating.
We don't want men to read it unless they know exactly what they're doing. They don't want somebody to read it by accident.
Right up front, we're gonna tell you there's a woman in this story.
This guy got the
oh yeah, they misspelled employee. Did they spell employee differently in the 70s?
Back in the day, it all checked out to me. They lost me at girl on this one.
It's like they used to spell shop with 2 P's and an E. Yeah, ye old shop.
Shoppy, yeah, ye old
shoppy.
Damn, dude,
yeah.
I would not like to die like this.
Oh, it sounds terrible. It's yeah, I can't imagine that. Fucking terrible.
That seems fucking bad, dude.
Yeah. This next story is a little different from Knott's Berry Farm. Ex-ride operator for Knott's Berry Farm in California. There's a couple of stories.
Did they say they're male or
so female? Far it's I can't tell if it's a male or a non-male.
Okay, before we get into the story, it's important.
Oh, I should have. Yeah.
Girl employee.
Yeah.
Girl Knott's employee.
Not a man person working here.
Okay.
Ex-ride operator for Knott's Berry Farm in California. There's a couple of stories depending on the park, the area of the park, but Camp Snoopy is haunted by a little girl named Molly who died in a fire. She would turn on and off the rides even though the key was removed, unlock the doors of the truck's ride, and on one occasion I was walking away from the kids' coaster and I saw a little girl running towards it at closing. I yelled for her, telling her it was closed, but she ran up the stairs and I saw her enter the main dock and well. You can get in trouble for that, but as I got closer, I realized there was no little girl. Anyone can say what they want, but Molly is there. She's present. She's mostly by the trucks, the Ferris wheel, and the waterfall area / rock formation. After closing a ride, I'd say goodnight to Molly and tell her I'm turning off the lights and the rides and make sure that she doesn't turn them on again. The original story on Molly does change depending on who you ask. But if it's fake, it doesn't explain all the weird things that happen there at night. Knott's is truly haunted, especially the Birdcage Theater. I did some more digging to find out. There is a lot of haunted Knott's stories, but none of them were like too interesting to talk about it here. But a lot of people say the same thing. The Birdcage Theater is haunted, and the Camp Snoopy's haunted. As far as Disneyland, there is a lot of people that say the Candy Palace. I saw like maybe 25 different people that worked at Disney saying the Candy Palace at Disneyland is haunted as fuck. They all agreed on it. They all had experiences there. And they see, like, you know how it has the fake windows on Main Street, USA?
Yeah.
Like with the curtains and everything, it's all like old style. They'd say at night you would see people in those windows and like lights going on and off. I thought that was pretty creepy.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
You don't want to go?
I don't even know. It doesn't make sense to be scared of ghosts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. But something in our brains gets freaked out about it. I don't know if it's like facing our own mortality or something like that. But
no. It just seems like it's not a fair fight, you know? Like, oh, you can fucking see me and move shit, and I can't fucking hit you. You know?
Yeah, they have you at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't like.
Yeah. There was a lot of people that worked at Disney that said that place was super fucking haunted. So this brings us to Space Mountain.
All right.
There's a story that's been going around, and some people think that this was a publicity thing set up by Disneyland to sort of like bring attention. But there's a ghost called Mr. One Way at Disneyland.
Okay.
So he seems to be a famous ghost who has continued to show up at Disneyland's Space Mountain. They call him Mr. One Way. Guests have repeatedly reported getting onto the ride and then having a clean-cut red-headed man sit next to them at the last minute. One encounter was detailed by a Reddit user named Snoo61913. He said, "I've rode with him before. As a child, maybe 12 years old, and he'd talk to you. He looked clean-cut, red hair, looked similar to the main guy in Band of Brothers." I'll have to put a picture of that guy. Okay. And looked like he was from the 60s. I was at Disneyland by myself. He was at Disneyland by himself at 12 years old.
That's what the fuck?
Yeah. This was in 2002. Fuck, I'm old. God damn it. Sorry, I just had a moment of realization. My sister had a cheerleading competition that I didn't want to go to, so my dad got me a 3-day Disney ticket. God damn. I talked to Mr. One Way. I told him I'm just astonished.
I think Mr. One Way was looking for some fun, if you know what I mean.
You think he was a PDF file? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what it was.
So he said his dad got him a 3-day Disney ticket. I talked to Mr. One Way and I told him I was by myself. Oh God. It was hard to get around Disneyland when you forgot your glasses. So this is a blind
this
kid.
Not looking good.
He knows the kid's blind, and he's like, "Are you here by yourself? Do you need someone to ride Space Mountain with you? Because I'd do it if you need a partner."
And the kid's like, "Sure, I can't see because I forgot my glasses, and my dad's not gonna pick me up in 3 days."
Oh, you forgot your glasses? Say, I bought a candy cane over at Candy Palace. I have it in my pocket if you want to reach for it. Sure, mister. You can tell it's a candy cane because it's curved.
Gee, mister, you really mean it? What did he say?
Oh, gee, really? I don't
2002.
2002.
That's what it used to sound like.
I don't remember what else he talked to me about. I just remember him being very nice. Going through that part where they take the pic, I screamed, "This is fun, right?" I looked next to me and he was gone. We didn't even get off the ride yet. I didn't think he was gone. He's like, "Yeah, I had a great time. I'll call you later."
Damn.
They just ghosted him. I didn't think he was a ghost until someone told me about Mr. One Way.
What the fuck?
He touched that kid and he just took off.
Like, all I had to do was poor kid, dude.
Get ready for the picture. Okay. So this is the last story. And I'm gonna tell you right now, listener discretion is advised. Okay.
Here we go.
And I'm not gonna say anything about ghosts because there's no ghosts in this. But this was posted by someone on Reddit called Salvo623. Used to work for a theme park back in the 90s called Callaway Park. It was a Flintstones themed theme park mixed with traditional rides. And all in all, it was a pretty fun place to work. I had been there working for 3 months when the incident happened. There was a supervisor there that literally everyone hated, and she was nicknamed Grunt. You see, Grunt was a heavier set woman with a lung condition, and whenever she walked or did anything physical, she would groan and grunt.
Okay.
She was also a very conservative Jehovah's Witness. The reason everyone hated her was because if you were doing anything she considered wrong, she would berate you in front of everyone, even customers and staff. It was rarely for anything worthy, like goofing off or taking a smoke break behind the rides. It was for things like a bra strap was visible, playing music on rides of anything that wasn't that was loud or indecent, like the Macarena. Like how I pronounce that?
Not bad.
Thank you. I shit you not. She even left a poor girl in tears, calling her filthy because she left her post to change her tampon. So now we get to the incident.
Okay.
One evening after the park had closed, I walked up the tower to get some extra garbage bags. From above me, I heard a... I grabbed my bags and started to head back down the stairs. However, as I left, the grunt became louder. I headed back upstairs, wondering if she was hurt, but I couldn't see her there. I unlocked the door to the top of the tower and saw Grunt and Gordy, not his real name, a special needs worker, naked.
What?
Gordy was fingering her and had his thumb up her ass. She was moaning and grinding her big Wookiee bush, all matted and wet, down to the kid's fingers. I screamed, "What the fuck?"
What?
They both looked up at me in horror and surprise. Gordy started crying immediately, while Grunt did her best to conceal herself. I stood in silence, not knowing what to do. Eventually, I made my way to management office and explained the situation, and the cops were called. I know Grunt went to prison, but I don't know for how long. Calloway handled the situation really well and with tact, and Gordy did come back for the next summer. However, quit, not being able to look at the big tower every day as I came into work.
So, Gordy was like, "Hey, smell my fingers."
So he posted a too long, didn't read after that. He said, "I caught a beast of a supervisor getting fingered by a special needs worker." And then he posted an update. Since there are a lot of questions about why she went to prison, here's the reason. She was convicted of sexual assault, sexual exploitation, and I think one other. Gordy didn't have the mental age of someone over 18.
Yeah.
Actually, he wasn't even that old when it happened. He can't legally give consent since he cannot understand everything that goes into having sex or the consequences of sex and informed consent. She was in a position of authority over him, and that's another big no-no. So I was going through trying to find ghost stories, and I come across this fucking gem, dude. The mental images in my mind.
Pretty fucked up, dude.
It paints a picture, and it ain't fucking pretty, let me tell you.
Yeah, that shit ain't pretty.
Especially the part about her big Wookiee bush, all matted.
All matted? Yeah, that's pretty detailed, dude. This guy's trying to describe it the best way possible, so because he fucked up inside, he wants to make us also. Like,
yeah, he wants us to suffer. Yeah. He's so just like, you can tell he took it all in all at once. Like it's scarred in his memory.
Fucked him up.
He can't even look at the building anymore.
Yeah. That shit was disgusting, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
When she started doing that, I somehow imagined that she was giving a BJ.
Yeah.
And she was doing a different sound that he wasn't used to, and then when he saw her, she was on her knees.
Dude, trust me, dude. As I was reading it, my mouth was just like getting wider and wider to the point I was just, oh,
you sick fuck.
You sick fuck. I had to put that in there because it was just one of the craziest stories I've ever heard of.
Everybody could just pretend there were ghosts. Fucking.
Actually, yeah, and then he saw a ghost on the way out. There you go. Yeah. That's part of the show now.
And then he saw a ghost later at his house.
That lady is going to be haunting the park after she dies. She's just walking around grunting.
Imagine. All naked and shit.
Oh god. That was the last story.
That was pretty good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm glad it was last too.
Yeah. For people that were expecting something supernatural, I'm sorry, but sometimes you just got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Do you have anything to plug? Any new album coming out or anything?
No, I'm
digital trading card.
I'm working on this little digital card scheme thing.
Sweet. I can't wait. So I don't know what we're gonna do next time. I have a few ideas, but there are gonna be more ghost episodes coming up because there's a few people that want to come on and tell their ghost stories. And actually, Cody Vonseca from Where'd You Get That YouTube channel wants to come on. He has a story. So we're gonna have him on. I'm trying to get my friend on who lived in a haunted house that used to be a dental office in Pasadena. So I actually went to that place and it's creepy as fuck.
Wait, it
was a big building that used to be a dentist office and then they converted into apartments.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was all like 1920s Art Deco style. And there was some crazy stuff there. And I have pictures of everything in there. Like I found pictures online of the inside and the outside. So I'm going to do that. And I think Henry had a good idea that we might do a follow-up story with the time slips thing and do it about the Philadelphia experiment. So that'd be a good addition to that. Tell people about that. It's a pretty famous story, but I'll try to work in like some fat lady getting fingered in it somewhere in there.
That's what the people want.
That's what they want. Everyone's knocking down my door for more gross ass fingering stories. So yeah, check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Instagram. Listen to the other shows on Gangline Assembly, and I guess we'll see you next time.
And subscribe.
Oh yeah, subscribe. That's important.
That's pretty easy.
Or just comment too if you want to comment. Yeah, tell us your ghost stories. Tell us your UFO stories. We'd love to hear it.
Fingering stories.
If you caught
now we're in, dude. We're in now.
That's part of this is part of the canon now. If you have fingering stories, we'll take those. Shit my pants stories. We'll take shit my pants stories. I got like 4 of those. My hair.
Like I'm working on one right now.
I'm working on right now. You could tell by my hair.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on with your hair?
It's getting wilder and wilder by the minute. But yeah. And we'll see everybody next time. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys. Later.
Bye. See ya.